Happy Saturday. Happy day. Happy day. Because you might watch this on a Tuesday. And if you hear me say Happy Saturday, you can find yourself in a state of confusion. Because mostly people believe what they're told, not what they see these days anyway, right? Isn't that how it's going? What's that in the sky? Airplane exhaust. So you gotta have your car smogged in California or you can't drive it on the road. And there's emissions, I think there's emissions regulations for cars that are of a certain age. Here too. But the planes can fly around spreading shit in our breathing air. What's that? Hypocrisy. It's among us. I feel rad anyway, I don't care. It's my birthday season. Welcome to... It sounded like Benny barked outside the door, but he's under here. So somebody's... Either he's throwing his voice or somebody's doing Benny impressions in the living room. My train of thought just derailed. Welcome to Treat Yourself season. Yep, that's what's happening. It's my season. It's the Aries season. You're allowed to treat yourself. Treat yourself good. Treat yourself right. It's that I went out early this morning. I got a little over ambitious, and I went out. It was probably 8:30, 9. No, it's probably 9 o'clock, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere around there. And thought I'd get some jump on because there's sun came out, and I got so excited. I was like, I'm gonna get some sun. 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and then clouds would come in, and I was confounded. So I mowed the lawn, a little push lawnmower, got a little vigor, little exercise in there, and then came in because it was not warm. It's a little early for that. So that already happened today. What else is happening? There's some climate stuff. I'm not a card reader, tarot reader per se, but I can tell you a story. When I was a kid, on the father's side of the family, there's a lot of card players. I learned how to play cribbage when I was like probably 4. 15, 2, 15, 4, pair for 6, pair for 8. Right, Jack, 9. I made my brother a cribbage board out of a manzanita limb when I was 12. Made the pegs out of... Yeah, that was pretty cool. Took me freaking 2.5 hours to saw through like 2.5 inches of manzanita. Fucking Jesus. Thank God I'm tenacious. I wonder where that thing is. Anyway. Seems like that'd be kind of an heirloom, wouldn't it? For a family? Weird. What people put precedence on and such. I don't understand. Anyway. So we always played cards. And I never really won. I mean, I win every once in a while, but I'm a good loser. I am, because I lose a lot. I lose a lot of stuff. I'm the one that, like, dates somebody, and then the one that, and then, well, except there's one exception, I think. But all the, I mean, I haven't dated a lot and stuff in my, this carnation, and the few that I have, there's, minus the one exception, it's like the person after me that they date, they end up with for all time. So you'd think these people would be more grateful and thank me for my contribution. At least I was considered for a minute, huh? So, playing cards, and one of the reasons why I lost is because I would look in the cards and I would find relationships between, like, the 8 of diamonds. There was a love story that would happen between, like, the 8 of diamonds, or we'll call it the 8 of clubs. That makes more sense. Or 7 of clubs, that's my Libra card. And like the King of Clubs, she's just a young peasant, and they meet, and he's the king, and whatever. So I would create these scenarios in my mind, and so I wouldn't would play not to win the game, but to keep certain storylines going. Yep. So usually when people say, can you imagine? The answer is always yes, because my imagination station is out of this world. So I like to shuffle too. That's one of the reasons why I love listening to the tarot. I hate, just let them shuffle. I love that. I could just, like, if I have a headache, I think it would help me if someone just, like, stood next to me and just, like, shuffled. It just feels so good on my brains. Anyway, so I got this deck of cards, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I've had it in this drawer of this coffee table. And the contents in that drawer are pretty much the same contents that were in it when I lived in Omaha, Nebraska, a year and a half ago. And, this deck has been in there, and it occurred to me that they were in there, and I have beagles. I love peanuts. I was really sad when I come to find out Charles Schultz, most of his memorabilia was burnt down in the frickin' fires in Napa area. That was a blow to me. It didn't get a lot of press, but it was significant to me. Anyway, that's why I made these even more rad. So I got these out, and then I started thinking, I wonder if there's any, like, casino dealers and tarot readers. So, like, that could do, like, there's an old movie that little short dude that does those, I don't like him, so I don't want to say his name. I will give credit where credit's due, and it ain't due to you. Creep guy. And he was a bartender, and he did all the fancy bartending tricks, which you don't really see much anymore anyway. The flair, but if there was like a casino shuffler, you know, that did the tarot and would do all the fancy, like, shuffling tricks, you know? Or, like, musicians with the sleight of hand tricks. Not to manipulate the reading, but just like, pow! Front and back of the deck energies are... Huh. 6 of hearts and 6 of diamonds. That's kind of cool. So, I got these deck out, and then I started reading them, and I started seeing the storylines. And then I started... Because I watch a lot of tarot. This is how I get it's my forecasters. Climate of the collective. You learn a lot. More so in the freaking the grossness is what's going on. All the media just shows you just all the dark shades of gross. There's no light in there anywhere. Except to see how people are standing up for themselves. There is actually a message in all this. See, people are extra fiery right now. It's fire season. Combustions. People are bursting. And if you're not used to these energies, you very well could burn out. Seriously. It is not for weak people. Or low-vibing people. They don't like it. They're out of control right now. See, the thing about electricity, for things to combust, you gotta have positive and negative. We all have positive and negative in us. Now, this is related to, in the spirit of loving yourself first. You see, people now more than any other time in history are loving their dark parts and coming to term with their dark parts more than they ever have. So that means people are truly, I hate this trendy word now, authentically. I hate when people overuse words. It makes me like them less. Purely coming to the fact that they love themselves because they're finally loving their dark. Yeah. You see, I'm a liar. Because a lie is a lie is a lie. I can't say I'm not a liar. I try not to lie. But there are circumstances. I live with my mother, and she hasn't known what day it was, what day it is in freaking 7-8 years. And with her lineage and her karma that she's carried with her over and over, her personality traits can make her a very, very mean person. The meanest I've ever seen. So I have a great teacher, so if anybody would ever like to come forth and come at me with your darkness, no, I am fully armed. Yes. I don't put my hands on people, and I won't hurt anybody unless I'm hurt first. I can take a hit, but you just better be sure that I am all the way down. Yep. You see, and because people are starting to love themselves, they're not sweating the small stuff so much because there's a freedom that comes with loving yourself. When you have lost everything, and when you come to find out that all you have is just you, there is so much freedom with that, and that is scary to people, and it's threatening, and it's intimidating, and they don't like it, and they will do whatever they can to undermine that in you. And now, kids these days, they don't hear you. They don't hear that. You want to talk down. Kids are, they're like me. You see, I'm an Aries. I'm immature because I'm a 44-year-old that always has and always will embody my inner child. And to me, my inner child is my spirit. And it's yours too. Your inner child is your spirit. The birds agree. They're in support, singing in support. And people are living as their inner child. You can't be mean to kids. Yeah, there's bullies on the park, but I bully bullies, and I'm not the only one. I have a watcher, I can't remember her name right now. She engages, she's a bullies too. I know I'm not alone, and there's more people that will not tolerate bad guys anymore. And it's kind of cool if you ask me. Right now, it's okay to be selfish because it's that last driving point that you got to do to take care of you. Because you got to put your own mask on before you help others. And you're going to switch gears. It ain't going to be like that forever. See, people think about selfishness as a bad thing. It's fucking self-preservation, yo. Why should everybody else have the advantages? You should too. So, it's a beautiful thing that people are coming into their and you know what, that my final note on this is that because they're loving their light with their dark, it's combusting and it's lighting their spark. It's sparking their light. I said that backwards. It's sparking their light. And in light is where the most beautiful creations are made. The most wonderful ideas. That's why there's so many inventions all over the place. Things that have never been thought of before, people are thinking of, they're putting them out, and other people are like, hey, that makes sense. And then people are endorsing what their support, and it's just a perpetual motion exists. It's love. So if anybody's seeing this, if I'm on you are like-minded and you feel probably close to how I feel in this, and you just feel exuberant, and you feel good. When you feel good, you want everybody to feel good around you. And you don't want anybody in harm's way. And when people are really smiling, you know where it shows, because I smiled for too long when I was miserable, because they told me to fake it till I make it, but I never was good at that. I make it, you just make it. So looks like the sun's getting out and I'm getting antsy. I could probably take this off, but ain't nobody want to see that. Put that away, old lady. 44 Monday. I think I decided I know what I want to do for my birthday, but I'll report on that later. I hope you all have a rad day. I think I'm going to go out. So people-y. Maybe I'll go test out the four-wheel drive part in my big red truck that I fixed the other day, because I fixed my big red truck. Because I'm a mechanic. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.